Hi guys, it's Borixon. Hello, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. So guys, today's video, I'm going to see the lipstick, I didn't blot it. Today's video is going to be a character crush. I know what you use. I did the Max Lloyd Jones actor crush video a while back, and I'm always like, why didn't I just do the character crush video? Usually I do the actor crush, I'll do the counterpart of the character that made me like the actor, but I didn't do it because honestly guys, the character that made me fall for Max is a child in the movie. So anyway guys, so this is character, I had to make sure it was Durango when I looked it up. I thought it was, but I thought I seen someone it was Durango, but it wasn't. So this is a childhood character crush, David Durango. Yeah, so guys, anyway, I used to love the movie The Sandlot. I still love The Sandlot, guys. The Sandlot, at the time I filmed it, Sandlot 1 is going off in Netflix. I don't know if Sandlot 3 is. Sandlot 2 never came. But I found it on YouTube, and I actually watched it yesterday. I watched it in pieces, but I watched it, because I can't sit too long enough. And I still liked it. I mean, people said it was very, like, cheesy as adult watching it. This is my first time as an adult watching The Sandlot 2, and I loved it. I was a big Sandlot franchise fangirl. So guys, kind of background. Oh, I took my necklace off because I'm freshly out of the shower. If I seem a little weird, that's why. Anyway, so David was like the Sandlot 2's version of Benny. Guys, I combed my hair before my shower, not after, because my comb was drying. Where he's the tough guy, he's the gentleman, he's the strong, he's like the really good friend. Anyway, the movie, I'll do a movie review. But I don't want to do such a good review you don't feel like watching the movie. Anyway, guys. So I always call the character Max. I thought his name was David, but I totally didn't remember. Like, is it David or is it like Devon or was it like Bo or something? Like, I couldn't quite remember. But it is David. His character name was David Vincent Durango. I didn't remember the middle name. Okay, guys. And say when I first discovered Max Lloyd Jones was in a commercial for The Sandlot too. I was doing a project last minute as a procrastinator that I am. I focus better on procrastination. Actually, I really wasn't that big of a procrastinator. I used to work on the project a little bit of time, but I was procrastinating on the last little bit. I was in, sorry guys, I live in the deep city, so that's what happens. I was working and on my project for school, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. So this had to be done. I got attracted by a commercial, and I was like, what is this? It looked like The Sandlot. I said, coming to DVDs tomorrow, like whatever date it would be the next day. The Sandlot 2. And I went, oh, there's a Sandlot 2? I mean, I was 13 years old, guys. So I love The Sandlot 1. When I discovered it, I was 11. So I was like the same age as the character. This time around, most of the characters were 12. So I discovered it and was like, goodness, they're only like a year older. They're younger than me, supposedly. And I seen the commercial. I seen this handsome, sandy blonde boy with blue eyes. Below my typical taste in the fellas. And I pointed and said, he's cute. I mean, I was 12. And then I was like, they're being rest in peace, okay? I walk over to my dad and the commercial one second time. And guys, like I said, my dad was my guy. I would bring him up still because he was such a big part of my life. And anyway, guys, I told this video about this. I told the story about this movie a million times. That's why it sounds so nostalgic for me, because I loved the movie so much as a kid. I still like it as an adult because it's about friendship. But anyway, I don't know if they had the commercial a second time, pointing right to Max Lloyd Jones and said, he's the most handsomest boy I've ever seen. Like, look how isn't he handsome? He's the handsomest boy I've ever seen in my life. And this is how the Max Lloyd Jones thing started. Yes, I still like Max Lloyd Jones even in my 30s. I'm still one of Max's biggest fans even in my 30s. Like I said, guys, there's something about those handsome blue eyes, his gorgeous blue eyes. They just captivate me. I don't know why. Anyway, his character was a tough guy. So when the movie opens, so this is a movie review. We'll do a movie review and I'm done this. Probably. Anyway, the movie starts up where it shows the original, like, Sandlot boys. And it says, okay, and this is, and now it's 10 years or so years later, blah, 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 it's 10. they showed a new Sandlot, guys, where girls are walking past. By the way, Sandlot 2 introduced more girl characters. I was like, as a young girl, like, yes. Anyway, and David, I'm sorry, I'm calling the character David, I'm just calling him Max, which is the actor's name. Anyway, so Max David was standing there, and he bumped into a girl, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna help me get moved because he saw him with like a liberated young girl from the South." Okay, so he helps her. It's cute. I was like, and later on they think that Smalls, by the way, Johnny is supposed to be the brother to Scotty, the main protagonist from the narrator from the first movie. I believe it's the same narrator in the second movie that's the adult version. I believe it's the same narrator, but I'm not 100% sure, guys. Anyway, so she did go up to him and they're being nasty to him, whatever. But Max is the top. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep calling David Max throughout this whole video, and probably every video I make it a Sandlot. So just keep that in mind. I do accidentally call him Max. It's just because the actor's name is Max. So just keep that in mind. All right. Think about those beautiful blue eyes. And remember all his outfit changes. Remember one scene he had a tank top. I mean, I was 13, guys. And guys, as soon as you guys know, I had Max Lloyd Jones on my wall as a kid in his form of playing David. On my wall. I loved them. It felt so weird today. I had to take those. My childhood bedroom, I had to take those posters off the wall. And I'd say, "I'm sorry, Max. It's time to go." And I bop Max right off the walls. It felt so weird. But it is what it is, guys. Yeah, so he was a tough guy. He was the one who ended up. He was okay. We're doing character crush, but the story, guys. There's gonna be some spoiler alerts in this video. There was a story about a young boy who got bit by a dog that Mr. James Earl Jones's character, who lived across, the street from next door to Haley, who is like the main troublemaker dogs that was there. The always misunderstood beast, but always loving guys. And anyway, so yeah, they're cute, and they. Anyway, so this dog got out and bit a dog. Now, kid, what I don't understand, I'll discuss more in the movie, is why was that even allowed? Why was that dog allowed to survive as he bit a young boy? Okay. And anytime they would have David going to full, but he's so. Character was kind of tough because he wanted to beat up Smalls, but then he didn't actually do it, and he was like, like Smalls was being all intimidated by David, and I was like, looking back on his adult, they were kind of starting to look like they were starting to bully Smalls. Johnny is the Smalls in the second movie, guys. They didn't make Sandlot 2 Funko Pops. I still regret not getting Benny. Benny and Scotty were my favorite two characters in the first movie. Okay, Smalls was my typical taste in men. The actor that played Smalls. Tom. I forget his name, something. Anyway, guys. So, and Max Lloyd Jones, like the type. And I like how they played that he was a strong boy. He did all this fun stuff. Basically, I look at Sandlot 2 almost as a copy of Sandlot 1. But it was fun. We'll talk about the movies. If you guys want, I'll definitely go ahead and compare both movies. I can make a review on the Sandlot with my iPad because I love the Sandlot. What I love about the Sandlot franchise, let me explain this to you guys, it's about friendship. That's the core of, I'm going to show my nose, I'm not picking. That's the core of the Sandlot franchise, is friendship. And they're always playing against the bully. The Singleton character. I don't remember what he was called in the original movie. It's always the Singleton bully who picks on them. He's like, "Oh, you did it." It's always a cute, heavy-set guy. He's kind of fight them off. It's just movies are very carbon. All three movies are very carbon copy of each other, but I like them. And I think that I really like the Sandlot 2 as well. Is that I was a baby when Sandlot 1 was filmed, and I didn't get a chance to really be in the hype of it. But I got in the hype of Sandlot 2. Trust me, I had DVDs. I had pictures of the actor. I even had a pin of the actor on a scroll, and I wanted to have a pillowcase with Max Lloyd Jones on it. My mom agreed to make it, but for some reason, she just never did. I think she really didn't want to make it for me. She didn't approve of my crush on Max. Dad was all for it. Mom was like, this has got to end. This is an obsession. This has got to end. And my dad, God rest his soul, he's in heaven, used to be able to say, my dad usually could not remember actors' full names or their real names. He'd call them like a nickname or something. But he always used to say, Max Lloyd Jones. That's the actor boy that you like, right? Max Lloyd Jones. And I was like, oh, guys, I couldn't cry. It was so sweet that Dad remembered his name from my youth. even after his stroke. It was my dad's stroke. He still remembered Max Lloyd Jones, and I was like, Dad, let's watch Max Lloyd Jones together. And he was like, is that the guy from the Sandlot? And I was like, yes, Dad. So, anyway, guys, yeah, I had a huge crush on the David Durango character. I even wanted to be called Mrs. Jones for a while. Well, Mrs. Durango, but I don't care. I still go by Mrs. I would still go by Mrs. Jones if I could. That's just the name that it just to be guys. It's just the name that I liked, not because of Max. It was just the name that I wanted to go by. But my parents said this is it. This is drawing the line. You know, they're called Mrs. Jones. Like this is where we're drawing the line to this Max Lloyd Jones thing. We're not calling you Mrs. Jones. And I was like, but I don't like Borkson. I want to be Mrs. Jones. And they were like, we're not allowing that. Like this is the fun. My dad was like, oh, it's good. We can call her Mrs. Jones for a while. So she likes it. That's how sorry my hair has caught my glasses. Anyway, guys, it was cute. It was fun, and his character was just such a strong guy. Like you could see Max against the other actors, where I think they deliberately hired a younger boy to play Smalls. It always seemed like Smalls was the smallest, not the offense of the smallest of the characters of the actors. I think they did that to purposely to make the smallest boys smaller and have their big, strong Benny type be like stronger and build them. But anyway, guys, yeah, and Benny, we'll be honest, Benny was kind of hot. Talking about when I was age appropriate to watch me, Benny and Smalls were hot. I'll be honest, that's why I think I also cling to Max as well. I'm only a year younger than Max, but anyway, so I was the same age as almost the same age as the actor. He's a year younger than me, I believe. He was born 91. The actor that played David, he was so strong and so handsome, and watched the video of him earlier, guys. This blue eye still captivates me 21 years later almost. That beautiful dark blonde hair still captivates me all these years later. Yeah, I used to get bullied for liking these movies. I used to get bullied for liking the David character. In the end, guys, spoiler alert, he's the one who gets the device back that goes over the fence. You guys know the same Sandlot story. He's the one who gets to come back and he runs with his dog following him. Guys, I could be honest, I had the hots for the actor. That's what I love about the character. Doesn't make me have the hots for the character. Well, maybe I had the hots for the character and it bled to the actor. I don't know. Because I looked up like, who is that gorgeous boy? And I remember going and with a really old computer at the time. And, you know, I didn't have much internet at my house growing up either. But once, who is he? And I Googled him. I said Max Lloyd Jones. And then I Googled and found everything I could about him. I did a character crush video on Max. Actor crush on Max. I actually did a character when I did the video and had to. I think I thought I was doing a David Durango video for a minute until I forgot. But anyway. Yeah, so he was like the town hero. And he was. I still don't know what completely connects him. I have to read that. I'm going to have to look it up before I do the movie review. Okay, guys. You guys like this kind of content? Like me just babbling? Remember, like I said, it's going to be titled Childhood Character Crush. Because when I watch The Sandlot 3 now, I feel like I'm old enough. I'm old enough to be their mother. When I watch the movie now, I know one of my brothers even said that when he went to watch the Sandlot movies, I don't remember which one it was now, guys, that I actually know all of David Durango's lines, and I still do, or some version of his lines. I mean, I only watched the movie from like 13 to maybe like 15, if that even. I don't think I watched it after high school, but I watched it and I knew all of David's lines. David was my favorite character, by the way, as well. Like I said, it's so weird to call him David. I call him Max, but it's David's the character, Max is the actor. I know all of Max's lines. I still do. I watched the movie yesterday. I still like when he's like, oh this, oh that, and I'm like, oh yeah, Max. Like, oh. Okay, guys, you guys like this character crush video and me just babbling on about the boy from the Sandlot 2? Oh my goodness, I should babble on about the boys from the Sandlot 1. They were all hot, by the way, guys. Let me just be honest, okay? I'm a generation past the boys from Sandlot, and they were all hot, and so were the ones in Sandlot 2. And so was, I don't want to be politically wrong, I think his name was Sam, the one that had the hearing. He would be pretty hot too, but that's just, he's showing the story for another day. Because, guys, I used to even do homework assignments on Max Lloyd Jones. Like, they had to do, like, on somebody you like an actor or singer. And that was seriously their homework assignment. Which actor, what public person do you like? And I was like, Max Lloyd Jones. And I did one on Haley Joel Osment. I did one on the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. I did one on Malcolm in the Middle's actor, Frankie Muniz. I did one on the brother. That was another show. That's another thing I was really obsessed with because I had a crush on the actor. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, you guys enjoy hearing me babble on for 15 minutes. I know it's been 5 minutes too long. Remember to comment, like, share, subscribe. Go and hit the bell for post notifications. And if you ask me, how did your parents not you were autistic and had OCD? They did know, for the record. They knew. They just didn't care. So that is why I'm saying my parents knew what had. And guys, oh my goodness, my thing for Max Lloyd Jones. I can go on for 100 years talking about Max. And now, guys, when you look up Max Lloyd Jones on YouTube, I come right up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope Max hasn't seen those videos. Oh well, he does. I'm his biggest fan. I'm about to watch this, Max. Your biggest fan. I was like 13. Okay. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Tell me down below who was your favorite character in the Sandlot franchise. Overall, my favorite was probably David, and then Scotty and Benny behind him. Bye bye, guys.